In 1992, women-owned businesses accounted for 34% of all the firms in the country. In the Washington area, women owned 122,007 businesses in 1992, generating $10.7 billion in revenue. Those firms accounted for 39% of all the businesses in the region. In contrast, black businesses remain marginal. Even though the number of black businesses doubled during the previous 3 decades, on a per 1,000 basis, blacks had more businesses in the 1920s than they had in the 1990s. Worse, even though the number of black businesses doubled over the last 30 years, the gross revenue from sales remained the same. So more businesses, not more money. Rather than business growth, twice as many black businesses are chasing the same dollar. Why does that happen? And what is that really saying there? That's really, really fast. He really said a lot right there. Um, let's talk about chasing the same dollar. Let's talk about that part. Why are black businesses chasing the same dollar? Well, because everybody discriminates against black businesses. You've got people that will hit, like, how many of you support black businesses when you can? Give me a yes in the chat if you believe in supporting black owned businesses, right? Maybe you've supported ours, right? So okay. All right, so give me a yes if you agree that the majority of Americans don't support black owned businesses. Give me a yes if you agree with that statement that most Americans don't support black owned businesses. And then give me a yes if you agree that most black people don't support black owned businesses as much as they support white owned businesses. Right. So that's why they're chasing the same dollar. It's hard for them to increase the revenue because they can't expand the market. Why can't they expand the market? Well, there's a lot of factors, a couple of which have to do with being undercapitalized. They don't get the investment capital. Two, it's really hard to start a big, gigantic, multi-million dollar company when everybody in your family is an employee and nobody knows what to do. Three, when you are acting in a way that is not consistent with the stereotypes of being black, people don't really know what to do with you. Nobody really knows what to do. I mean, when the black guy shows up and he's a rapper, a comedian, or a basketball player, people know exactly how to respond. But when the black man shows up and says, "No, I'm actually here to do artificial intelligence, or I'm here to do your carpentry and build your house or whatever," people are kind of skeptical, right? And what that does is that creates a prior preconception of that person, not to the point where you wouldn't hire them, but to the point where you're not sure if they're qualified, right? It's like when the white guy. Anybody ever play basketball where there's like an Asian guy on the basketball court? Let's do Asian. Let's do an extreme example. Anybody play basketball in here ever? If you have, let me tell you, I played a lot of basketball growing up, and let me tell you, when an Asian guy showed up and you're picking teams, who do you think would get picked last? Let's say the Asian guy's 5'7" or something. He's not super tall, doesn't look athletic. Who do you think's gonna get picked last? If it's nine brothers and one Chinese kid, who's gonna get picked last? It's gonna be the Chinese kid, right? Not because they don't like him, but because it's like, no, you're not black. We don't think you're very good, right? So let's say he's a pretty good player, but not extraordinary, but he's about average. Well, it's really hard for him to even prove that he's average because anybody who's guarding the Asian kid, anybody who play basketball, like you don't want to get juke. Like if the Asian kid jukes you and scores on you, everybody's gonna make fun of you, right? And in your head, same thing. Honestly, we would do that with white boys too. But like in your head, you're like, oh, you can't stop, you can't outplay me because my identity is attached to being great at sports, and that means I'm gonna be better than you. Or like if we had a foot race, I don't think I've ever been outrun by a white person before. If so, if they did beat me, they'd have to run extra fast because I'm going to run my absolute fastest because you're sort of breaking down my whole illusion that somehow being black means I'm going to be faster than you, right?